Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through, right? Now, y'all know I had to speak on this situation, man. I just had to. Because I remember when this whole thing first took place, I would always say that something didn't sound right. And everyone would scrutinize me, bash me, saying I'm being insensitive, calling me a misogynist, or I just don't like Meg, and I'm just taking up for Tory Lanez because he's a man. What else? I was told I was patriarchal. I think that said that word right. I got that mentality. The whole 9 yards, right? But come on, y'all. Listen, it's no coincidence that he was going back and forth with Interscope about having his masters and leaving them because his contract was up and threatening to reveal some of their secrets, in which I still wonder what they were. And there's no coincidence that right after that, this situation came about, right? But anyway, look, now it's my turn to laugh because them same people who judge me, right? Now a lot of them are doing U-turns because you know why? They're starting to see that Meg's story is really bullcrap, right? They starting to see that. Not to mention, it's a lot of foolishness that came out about the whole situation. Like at first, everybody was very, very in tune. Like, oh my God, that's crazy, Tory Lanez. But I always thought from the beginning, like, listen, this is Tory Lanez, who could have almost any girl he want. Not any, but he have his pick of the litter where he can have some better than Meg Thee Stallion. All right, at least. Why would he risk his whole career on shooting this popular rapper, celebrity, female at that, 2 times, and both of her feet? Well, at the time she said 1, then it was 2. Listen, it's a whole bunch of stuff, right? But like I said, now it's coming out because now it seems like the friend has revealed some information. That after the friend revealed some information, then it became that the friend probably had something to do. It's a whole crazy story. And if you listen to Tory Lanez's album that he put out right after the situation, he kind of alluded a lot of things, but we found out that he wasn't even able to. Alright, you know what, I'm speeding. Before I go there and just reveal everything, whatever the case may be, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button, share, do all that, but definitely subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time I drop new content, right? But anyway, it's been reported that allegedly, right? I'm gonna say allegedly, the charges on Tory Lanez have been dropped. Now, I use the word allegedly because I'm not 1,000% sure, because Meg went on a whole Twitter rant about it being false news, and supposedly Tory's attorney came out and said it was false as well. Who knows? And I was been supposed to drop this video when it first occurred, but I figured I'll wait until I see the facts and what's really going on. But at the end of the day, whether it's true or false, I still want to revisit some of the inconsistencies that surrounded this whole situation and bring light to it. Now, I'm going to leave a link to the video that I already did prior to this one so y'all can check it out too. And y'all decide. And it also came out that like a day or two ago, it came out that Tory Lanez's attorney is trying to put in a motion where he could speak about the case. Now, none of us even knew that. I know I didn't know that. But it says that Tory Lanez wants to speak out on his assault case involving Megan Thee Stallion. According to legal documents obtained by Complex, the Canadian rapper has asked the court to modify the protection order that prevents him from publicly addressing the ongoing legal battle. Now, that already puts it at like a one-sided situation, because first of all, a lot of us didn't even know that it was a protection order against him where he can't even speak about the situation, but yet she could say anything she wants. And that kind of made it one-sided earlier when this first occurred, because we kept hearing her talk. We didn't hear nothing about Tory, so everybody was asking, yo, where Tory? It must be true, he's not saying nothing. Now, to my defense, I always was saying like, yo, he can't speak on it because it's an ongoing assault case. And a lot of times your attorney would tell you that it's more beneficial to stay quiet and let him do the talking in the courts, because you don't want to say something that could backfire. I know that much. dealing with attorneys myself. But it came out that actually there was a protection order against him where it stopped him from saying anything. So now what this does is all we do is hear Meg's side of the story time after time after time after time. And she kept going along with it, going live, saying black men this and they need to protect black women, all that crap, right? And nobody heard from Tory, so it made her side just sound that much more believable because we're not hearing nothing from nobody other than her. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I'd never ever been a follower. Now, I'm not defiant because a lot of people get those two terms mixed up. Some defiant people just love attention, so if everyone goes right, they'll go left just because. They love doing the opposite just for an argument or just attention. Now, when I say I never been a follower, I simply mean that just because everybody say the sky is red, don't mean I'm gonna believe that the sky is red. I'm sorry. Now, a lot of times I'll listen to what you say, but then after I hear what you gotta say, I'll do my own research. I don't just take what people say off face value. I'm sorry. And that's how things like this come about. Now, back in July, Tory Lanez allegedly shot Meg Thee Stallion in both feet after they attended a Kylie Jenner party in LA. Many stories as to why started to come out, where some said it's because Tory Lanez was getting a little too close with Kylie Jenner. Meanwhile, he was secretly dating Meg at the same time. Then some said it was all over a close friend of Meg's that Tory Lanez was reportedly having secret affairs with while he was with Megan. But then it came out that he was actually with the friend first, and then Meg kind of like stole him from her. Listen, it's a whole situation. I'm not gonna sit here and break down the whole story. I'm gonna put a link to the video like I said that I did before, and then try to update y'all on it. Now, let's fast forward to where things get weird in this whole story. And this is why you guys need to think for yourselves. Stop listening to the media. Malcolm X once said, the United States had one of the biggest threats of them all. It's no bomb and it's no weapon. It's the media. And he also stated, quote, the media has the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. And that's power because they control the minds of the masses. And that's pretty much the case here. Because from the beginning, I've told people, for one, Meg's story does not make sense. It just didn't make sense. Two, her story kept on changing. It kept changing. First it was 1 foot, then it was 2 foot. It's like, listen. And then three, once that video of her walking backwards after being allegedly shot in her foot, once it surfaced on TMZ, that should have been enough evidence right there. I'm sorry. I don't know if any of y'all been shot before, because I haven't. However, I sprained my ankle. So much as a little sprained ankle in a championship football game, right, when I was 13. And I thought my foot was going to fall off. So I can't imagine being able to walk after being actually shot with a whole bullet in one of my feet. Not to mention, she came back. Remember, like I said, she went from saying she was shot in 1 foot in one story to being shot in now both of her feet in another story. But once again, how can that even be possible when we clearly seen her walk backwards during that video? Now that's where they messed up when they released that video. Alright, now that was one of the inconsistencies amongst many. The one thing that completely made me realize that it was all just bullcrap and confirmed how I felt about it was when she said that, quote, he hung out of the window and while she was walking away, he managed to shoot her perfectly in both feet. Now, either Tory Lanez is a really sharp shooter or some crazy sniper from Navy SEALs, or somebody's lying. Because how he managed to hit her in both feet from a distance away, plus while her back is turned, hanging out the window, you know, some real Mission Impossible stuff. That's beyond me how he was able to do that. I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to get in the comments. Y'all let me know if y'all able to do that. Let me know, man. But now, all jokes aside, Then after all of the news go viral and everyone's waiting to hear each of their stories, on July 17th, the first thing she gets on Twitter and says is this, quote, "Black women are so unprotected and we hold so many things in to protect the feelings of others without considering our own. It might be funny to y'all on the internet and just another messy topic for you to talk about, but this is my real life and I'm real life hurt and traumatized." Now, as soon as I seen that, I knew something was up and it just didn't sit right. It sounds very, very divisive. Very, very divisive if you ask me. It sounds like it was like to put out, it was put out to further an agenda. But that's another story, you know. However, after she did that, that little tweet started a back and forth social media debate about black men protecting black women and just a whole bunch of bull crap. And I hate how as a culture we are so quick to tear ourselves down. All right. You can't even imagine seeing a Jewish woman coming out saying that Jewish men need to protect our Jewish women. You will never see that. Then you had Ebro on one of the biggest radio stations, Hot 97 in the world, saying how, quote, "Too many black men want to be white." Like, come on, man. Stop trying to degrade us. Like, speak for yourself, because I don't know any black men that want to be white. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like, no one cares the fact that he said that neither, but it's the fact that he said it on a big platform and he's supposed to be a quote unquote black man. So it's like more so the message he's putting out there that makes us look like we weak because we want to be somebody else, and that's not the truth. I don't know no black man, like I said, that want to be white. I don't care what nobody say. Now, I did a video on that as well, and you should see the black woman in the comments saying things like, "Oh, I'm glad another black man said it," or "He ruffled a lot of feathers." Like, come on, man. If anything, that should have ruffled your feathers too, because I don't know about you, but I love being black. And I'm telling you, man, there's an agenda going on to make us look less of. And if you can't see it, then you are part of the problem. That's just point blank, period. But anyway, back on topic. Meg went on and carried out her little antics, and it was a particular time where people started questioning her story because we started seeing her appear in videos. She's on live looking like she's just having a ball. She's dancing. She got that the WAP song with Cardi B that came out. So I guess she felt she needed to post a picture of her foot to show people that it was real, right? Now, I wish I still had the pic. I'm pretty sure you could probably go on Google and check it out yourself. But the pic looked so fake. You know, it just didn't look like a foot that got shot. And she must have felt the same way, because shortly after posting the picture on Instagram, she took it down. Now, why is that? Now look, right, months go by, this man was crucified time after time and left for dead by everybody, and now look, charges drop, or allegedly drop. I don't know, but it seemed like he knows more and he wants to say more, being that he's trying to motion to get this protection, this order of protection, whatever the case may be, for him to be able to speak. It sounds like he wants to say his piece, and I think, and like I always said, we should have waited before we just jumped the gun to hear his story and then give our opinions based on that. I never seen anywhere where people just go ahead and just jump the gun and say he's wrong, or he did this or he did that. This is America, where you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but time after time, especially on social media, it's been the other way around. You're guilty until you're proven innocent. That's what it seems like. And like, if I was him, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even want the apologies, to be honest with you, because even he said it. There's a lot of people that actually had his number that just never called him. They just went out there and said what they said all over social media, and they never did nothing. They didn't make no attempt. They just bashed him because it was a cool thing to do at the time, which is wrong, man. And I bring this up purposely because this situation showed me a lot about the world we live in today. It's way bigger than Tory and Megan. It's way bigger. The fact that he was canceled, the fact that people turned their back, The fact that he lost endorsements and deals off of mere just someone saying something with no proof and without hearing his story, without people even knowing the details on the case, that says a lot, man. We literally canceled this man without knowing exactly what happened. And before you laugh, right, just understand that that could be you one day. That's my biggest concern. That could be me. Let's say, God willing, I get famous or get wealthy and success and a whole bunch of abundance come my way, and I piss some people off and they decide to make a story about me and people just run with it because it sounds reputable, but it's really not. Nobody hear my side of the story. Imagine how you would feel. Imagine how it feels to know somebody's lying on you and you can't say nothing about it because you have an order of protection on you that the courts put on you, so you can't say anything. Imagine that. Do you know how that feels? Everyone keep talking this mental health stuff. That is enough to drive someone suicidal. To where you're being crucified amongst the whole wide world when you really know the truth, but you just can't speak it because an order of protection is on you through the courts. So now it's like this, right? Let's say, hypothetically, it comes out that she been lying the whole time and Tory actually never shot her. Where do we go from here? And I'm gonna say allegedly the charges was dropped because we really don't know. But anyway, my thing is, like I said, where do we go from there? Do we call out Megan and hold her accountable? Because of course I think we should. You see what I'm saying? Even if we hear that he not even guilty, like once we hear that, like we gotta hold her accountable. Just like how I think these white women in college, how they trap these athletes and say that they raped them and they ain't even rape them, but yet before the allegations actually get proven, these young players whole dream of becoming whatever it is they want to become, whether it's a basketball star, whether it's a football star, whatever, all that is shattered. Their chances of being in the NBA and the NFL is now canceled due to allegations, and then boom, it comes out that they wasn't even telling the truth. In Tory's situation, people actually took him off songs. He was like really somewhat blackballed for a little minute. He putting out music, they're not playing it on the radio. Only time the blogs mention him is when it was something negative, even to now. I really think we should hold everyone accountable that slander his name without having the full story. Real G's not supposed to move like that. But a lot of dudes, of course, just went with Meg's story simply because she's a woman. Not to mention a woman that a lot of these guys want parts of because, you know, they want parts. Do you see the power of that kitty cat though? Do you see the power? I ain't gonna lie, women got power, man. It's crazy. You got Charlemagne, your Ebros, your Funkmaster Flexes, just slandering this man's name, and they ain't even know the full story. No matter how much times Megan changed her story, she changed her story time after time, right? And got caught in her lies plenty of time. And every time she would have a song or a video or something coming out, then she would speak on the situation. Like, come on, man, how blind could some of y'all be? She twerking and dancing. And matter of fact, I tell people all the time, I broke my wrist when I was younger and damn near felt like I was dying. And I was out of school for like 3 weeks to a month, inactive. How is it that you could get shot in not one, but both feet and still able to dance and move around doing videos? Come on, y'all. Like I always say, some of y'all just comfortable with being comfortable. Y'all don't like the truth because it's uncomfortable. And I get it, but don't let your laziness pull wool over your eyes long enough for it to be too late. Alright? And like I said, Meg went on Twitter talking about the trauma is real. I'm still traumatized from losing my mom, dad, and one of my grandmothers. On top of that, being shot. I'm not open about anything on the net usually because I like to keep my emotions private, but I'm reaching my limit. I'm going to keep staying positive. Come on. Come on, I see through all of that, man. Every time something come out about this case that isn't in her favor, she pull out one of these sympathy cards. I'm sorry. She don't never look traumatized to me when she twerking on live, or she, listen, it's a big facade, man. But like I said, it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all to find the motive. It's up to y'all to just see through all the bullcrap. I can't do it all the time. All I could do is bring awareness, man. So I'm gonna leave this video here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hold on, before I even get to there, let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. Do y'all think Meg is telling the truth? Because there's some people that actually think that. Or do y'all think she's just bullcrapping and trying to get clout and fame? You know, let me, like I said, let me know how y'all feel, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content, man. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.